Welcome back to Open, everyone. Always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV, and while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. So as part of Casita Maria's South Bronx Art and Culture Series, Celebrarte, together with the Garifuna Coalition USA, Inc., a presentation titled Garifuna, Intangible Heritage is a two-artist exhibition celebrating the cultural expression of the Garifuna people of Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. Oh, and the United States. We can't leave that out. So joining us to tell us more, we welcome Casita Maria, Director of Creative Arts Programs, Gail Heidel, and Garifuna Coalition USA, Inc. Executive Director, Jose Ávila. Hello and welcome.
Hi, Rhina. Thanks for having us.
Oh, welcome back. We love all the programming that Casita Maria is doing. I mean, it's amazing. And so
thank you.
This particular one, Celebrarte, is this series a winter series?
It is a winter series. It's going to be launching next Thursday, December 5th. We're going to have a celebration and artist talk from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Casita Maria. And what's really exciting is the artists are flying in from Belize as well as from the Carolinas. So Pen Cayetano is one of the artists, and then he's from Belize, and then Isidra Sabio is from the Carolinas. Both of them are self-taught as well, which will be really exciting for the young people at Casita to see what self-taught artists can do.
So how do you decide, and what does Celebrarte encompass when you make these choices of artists?
Well, Celebrarte is our mission for our exhibition and public programming. So it's celebrate yourself through the arts. So that's what we want people to do when they come to Casita Maria, is be in celebration. We want to see themselves reflected in the artwork, and especially for the young people, we're hoping that this will help build self-confidence and self-esteem and, translate into, scholarship for them.
Because I want to talk to Jose over here, who has really, really done a fine job committing and dedicating himself to the Garifuna Coalition. I mean, we've been covering it for so many years now, and so this partnership, I know you've done work already on numerous occasions with Casita Maria, but just curious to know the level of involvement you've had in this particular curation.
Thank you once again, Rhina. This is a great opportunity. This is actually a first for the Garifuna community, because everything that we've done previously has been revolved around the performing arts. This is the first time that we're doing a visual arts presentation. And thanks to Gail and Casita Maria, we will have the pleasure of having Pen Cayetano, who's coming in from Belize, and Isidra Sabio, who's coming from North Carolina. It's two self-taught artists. And it's really interesting how this came about, the partnership we were talking backstage. Actually, 2 years ago, the Garifuna Coalition sponsored Isidra Sabio an exhibit at a very small place right here in the Bronx. And then Gail invited me to become part of the advisory committee for a project that they were doing. And I mentioned that exhibit. And Gail happened to remember. She said, you know what, eventually I'd like to talk to you. And that was the beginning of the conversation. And a year ago was when she actually confirmed that we were going to do it. And here we are a week away.
So this has been a year in the making.
It has, yeah. And it's been a really wonderful partnership where even, we curated what paintings were going to be in the show together, and had multiple meetings at Casita. So there's definitely been a lot of dialogue, between us as well as the artists.
That's lovely. And so I just wanted to share with everyone a little background on the Garifuna culture, right? I find it to be amazing and very admirable that within the Garifuna culture, there's 3 languages spoken. I mean, obviously English if they're here, and Spanish, but there's also the language of Garifuna. And the reason I think it's so important that we share with our viewers is because it's one of it's a very old language. It's a language that's its origins is from the Arawak, right? Exactly. And unfortunately, throughout time, that language has been watered down and has been diluted to the point that it takes a village to be able to pass it forward. And so, how is it that people are raised within the traditions of Garifuna, even if they're here in the United States?
Rhina, I'll say it the way I said when I introduced myself, is Witi Binafi, buen dia, good morning. And I usually explain the fact that I greeted you with the native language of my ancestors, going back to the Arawaks, to the islands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, followed by the language that we had to adapt when we were forcibly deported and ended up in Central America, specifically Honduras, where I was born, and English, which I had to learn when I migrated to the United States of America. People are amazed that after 222 years of being forcibly exiled from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Garifuna language continues. And what's fascinating is the fact that Garifuna is the original language of the indigenous, the Arawaks, the Caribs, and the Taínos. And we are the only ones keeping it alive after 222 years. And it continues even right here in New York City, the Bronx, which is actually the exciting part about doing this project. Because Rhina, the way I describe it today, the epicenter of the Garifuna arts and culture is right here in New York, specifically right here in the Bronx.
I know, I love that. I love that. That excites me so much. And what excites me even more is that now it's going to be conveyed through this imagery and this visual arts that basically is like taking a trip back in time from what I've seen. And I think we're going to be showing some of them as we're speaking. So before we go, what would you like people to know with regards to the opening reception? Because I understand you have some dance classes as well.
Yeah, so the opening reception, as I mentioned, is next Thursday at 5:30. DJ De La Ceiba will be DJing. There'll also be food and drink. And then we're going to be starting a dance class with Luz Solis, and that will be starting December 11th at Casita from 6 to 8 p.m. And then the class will finish up on February 28th with a culminating ceremony. So if you're in the dance class, you're going to be performing for the young people at Casita, as well as the community members, as well as Wabafu Garifuna Dance Theater. And we also have a book club on Wednesday nights. So you can go to dance or you can go to book club.
Cool.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And I just want to thank you, Jose, for being a stand for your community.
It is a pleasure. It is an honor, and we got to do it for the next generations.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for bringing it here to our viewers. You guys, once again, Garifuna Intangible Heritage Opening Reception and Artist Talk will take place Thursday, December 5th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at Casita Maria Center for the Arts and Education, located at 929 Simpson Street. And for more information, visit casitamaria.org. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll be cooking things up with Chef Mari V. Don't go anywhere.